Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Green Room with Jade Million. Today, I have two beautiful, amazing guests. I actually wrote a little intro for you guys, so here we go. I have two beautiful boss-ass bitches with me. They've both modeled for Playboy, are entrepreneurs that have started their own businesses, and are full-time content creators, living their dream lives and looking hot as fuck while doing it. Do we agree?
Dang. What an intro.
Yes, we have Tawni, Jade, and Miss Sara Blake. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us.
I'm so excited. You guys are blonde bombshells over here. I feel like we balance each other out. Good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, well, I've known Tawni for a minute now. How long would you say?
I mean, I've known of you for a couple of years.
You have?
Yeah.
Wait, good things or bad?
A little mixture. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I wouldn't be surprised.
I've always seen like the green-haired girl all over Nashville. I'm like, who's this new bitch here in Nashville? So I'm pretty sure I started following you, probably a year or two ago.
No fucking way.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, she's pretty cool. Then we probably met last fall?
Yeah.
Through the Shameless in the South.
Yeah. So Tawni and I did a season of a YouTube show together called Shameless in the South. And I don't know if you guys follow me, I'm sure you've seen it. So that's how we met, and we instantly clicked, hit it off.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're so similar. She's a Scorpio, I'm a Taurus, so just natural soulmates. And then Sara, I'm just meeting you for the first time today.
I know. I get to come along with my cool friend.
Yeah, Tawni says great things about you, so I'm really excited to get to know you. How long are you in Nashville for right now?
So I'm here till tomorrow morning,
Okay.
and then I will be back not next week, but the week after that.
Got it. Okay,
So.
cool. Do you love Nashville?
I love it. It's
Yeah.
home.
I
It's
know,
always
that's what I
been
say.
home. So we lived here a while back, and I actually had my son here,
Okay.
and I had a hair salon here.
Really?
Yes. So we ended up moving, and I opened another hair salon in my hometown in Kansas, and then it pulled us towards Tampa when my husband's job brought us there. So I shut down my salons. It was during COVID and everything like that, and we moved to Tampa. So I feel like I'm coming back to the homeland.
Yeah. Yeah. How is Tampa? Because I really want to go. I've heard good things.
Oh boy. So
Oh.
Tampa's wild.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit of a different vibe than Nashville.
Yes. It's like strippers.
Okay.
The land of strippers.
Sounds fun.
That's
Wait,
exactly why I started laughing, because I'm like, oh, strippers.
I've gone to so many strip clubs in Florida. I have
Yes.
Never in
crazy.
Tampa?
No, more like Fort Lauderdale area.
That's the only place I've been to.
Yeah, I've had crazy experiences at those strip clubs. One of them is called Cheetah. That's near more like
Ooh.
Miami.
That's such a.
I know. I went there for my
Cheetah
birthday.
mama.
Me and all my girlfriends. We were down in Miami. We went a little outside of the city. Because sadly enough, we couldn't get into any of the clubs. They don't give a fuck in Miami if you're hot. They're we have
No.
1,000 hot bitches. In Nashville, actually not even in Nashville anymore.
I was gonna say
the bouncers don't care if you're hot anymore, guys.
Yeah.
They care about $100 bills and
unfortunately,
connections.
Yeah.
I would say
I definitely get in anywhere in
you
Nashville.
do because you're the fucking queen.
But I've been here
Yeah.
literally my whole life. So
I
when I started when I was 18, all of these bouncers and bartenders are pretty much the
Yeah.
same. So
Wait,
I
yes.
lucked out.
Yeah, I
So.
remember Shameless in the South when you texted us is when we were first getting to know each other, and you were like, "Hey, I have a table at Layer Cake. Come up." I'm like, "Oh, okay." She's like that. All right, got it.
Yeah.
And we went up to Layer Cake. We had so much fun. Remember that night?
Layer cake was so much fun. I feel
I
like
know.
any time that I get a table, even if it's on a lame night or a lame venue, we just always make the best of it. My friends are the fucking best. I'll be honest.
I
You have
wanted
great
to be a
friends.
part of that dog shoot that you did with the puppies for Christmas.
Oh my God,
yeah,
that was so
wait,
fun.
we
I was
did do that.
hammered that night. Oh my
Yep,
God.
that's the last time that I got blackout drunk. Do you know that?
Same.
The last time.
Same.
And will be the last. I did
Mm.
bad things that night, and I will not discuss them on this podcast. But anyway,
Same. That was the last time that I've been hammered. I got home at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And of course,
On a
my
Tuesday.
boyfriend has a
Tuesday.
Ring camera. So he saw me walk in the morning at 6 a.m. and he was like, because he was out of town. And now he's out of town this weekend.
and
And
we're
he
having,
was like,
we're
we're not
having-
doing a 6 a.m. or are we? I'm like, we'll see.
we're having another girls' night on Saturday. We're going to the Music City Gents strip show. We're going out. We're going out all day. Like, honestly,
yeah,
it might be around 2.
East, we've got Music City Gents. Then we've got a table again.
Oh, yeah. We do have a table. And it's free bottles, so I'm a little concerned for our well-being. But
yeah, I'll be unwell, but I will be fucking happy.
Yes, same. I haven't done that in a minute, so it's much
literally
needed.
been since December, since the puppy.
Yeah.
I haven't done that since then because I knew that it was not good.
Yeah. No, but
now I have a reason to celebrate.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Yes, you do. And we're going to get into all of the reasons that you have to celebrate because you have a lot. I want a little bit of a backstory from each of you on how you got into you guys are like models, I would say, like the modeling industry, this world of internet and content creation, all that. So we'll start with Sara. I know you said that you moved here or you moved to Tampa.
Yeah, so I moved to Tampa. I am actually moving here to Nashville because I got an incredible opportunity to host my own show with Hooch Country. So that's bringing me back. But I got into the modeling industry and social media content creating. Like I kind of blew up on TikTok when COVID hit, and I had already like a pretty good following just from like my salons and everything. I did the Mrs. United States pageant.
Okay.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's
so then
cool.
I had all that kind of there, but I just started really pouring into my social media accounts. And once that happened, I had a lot of people ask me if I had an OnlyFans.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, what the hell is an OnlyFans? I'm a mom. Like, I have no idea what this is. I'm not cool anymore. And I found out. And like the first day we started our OnlyFans, I made $7,000.
Shut the fuck up.
And from that point on, it's just like exploded. Like I never expected it to be what it is. And that's really where I started to see different avenues where I could do different things in this industry and have different opportunities. And I sort of capitalized on the things that I love.
Yeah.
So I love sports. I love college football. And I had opportunities with ESPN and Fox Sports. And I was like, okay, I'm going to run with this because this is my passion. And I get to do something that I love and have fun with. Absolutely. So I went that route. And then modeling, I went the route of like Playboy and FHM. And I was like, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to do like, I'm just going to do a cover. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to keep, I'm like, go big or go home and really do it and make a name for myself in that industry, but continue to splash in other industries as well.
Absolutely.
So I was very lucky because I feel like I was connected with Tawni and a lot of the other girls with photographers and things of that nature. And she's always kind of been my network and my like reference. I'm like, hey, Tawni, what do you know about those?
Right. And she'll be like, da-da-da-da-da, I got this.
Yes. Or she's like, okay, here's a good experience. You should go yourself and try and maybe this person will be different. So photographer wise, she's been Tawni's been an amazing like friend in the industry as far as that goes too, Yeah. So that's how we got connected.
Yes. And when you say we started an OnlyFans,
my husband and I.
Shut up. That's spicy. I mean, obviously you just told me that you have an awesome supportive husband, and Tawni, has G, which from the beginning I was like, Tawni, does he have any friends? Like I need, like, he's from day one. I remember he picked us all up from the Shameless in the South dinner.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And you were just like, he's just so supportive and down with what I do. And I was like, that is so fire. Like, I don't know. And the other part of it is like, I just disagree with women not being their true selves and toning themselves down and their sensuality down to please society and please a man, right? Like Iggy Azalea was in this interview and she said something that was so true about how even in the music industry, she was being sexualized whether she wanted to be or not and not making a dime from it, right? Because she was signed with a label. They would push her to be super sexy or whatever the case may be. And she wasn't even benefiting from it. So then when she got off the label, she took shit in her own hands, made an OnlyFans, and is doing what she wants to do on there. And is, not censored, creating the kind of art that she wants to make, music videos that she wants to make, and she loves it. And it's just so true how, you're sexualized regardless.
Well, look at Pam Anderson. Did you watch her documentary?
Oh, I was going to bring it up.
She had a really good take on that, actually. I don't know if we're to that stage yet. I don't know.
Let's just run it. Yeah.
But her take on that really, because I was like, oh, that was so good. And she was like, well, did you see that? You know, you can go and speak on it. But yeah, her whole take on the business aspect of Pam Anderson, I never even thought of until she brought it up. So I'll let her speak on it.
I was actually really saddened when I saw that she was taken advantage of the way she was.
Yeah.
She didn't realize her worth. She didn't realize that she was her own brand.
Yes.
So when I watched it and what I took away from that, I was actually just kind of distraught that she's broke.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any money. She didn't,
chills.
Yes,
All
she
over
didn't
again.
market herself because she didn't know.
Yeah.
And you look at women like Jenny McCarthy, who have really capitalized on themselves and said, okay, I'm going to take Playboy and I'm going to run with what I have and make a business for myself.
Yep.
And she is out there, crushing the game. She's doing shows. She's got her own alcohol line. She's got makeup now. And she's really branded herself to where she is a forever entity. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and
an
people,
icon.
Yeah, she's an icon. And people look at Pam Anderson and she is an icon herself, but she didn't get her money.
Nope.
You know
so
what I mean?
true.
Like there was
know.
nothing there from
even
Baywatch. There's
think about it. I
nothing
just
there
got
from
chills
any
again.
of that.
Yeah.
I never even thought about it that way until Sara brought it up. And I'm like, because I thought the documentary, of course, was so great.
Right.
I was like, oh, that was so cool to like hear her story. And Sarah's like, it devastated me. And I was like,
Mhm.
wait, tell me more. And then when she told me all of that, I'm like, damn, you were so right. Like, yeah, she's an icon. Yeah, she's an image of the people. And like absolutely this person that we all look up to, and especially in the industry. But
She was
didn't
robbed. She was
she
robbed of
did.
who she
She
was.
got
I really
robbed.
feel.
Yeah. And another thing that I took from her documentary is that the most iconic people in the world are the ones that did things that society judged the fuck out of them for,
Yes.
right? Like shit on them. Kim Kardashian, Paris
Mhm.
Hilton, like they were all exploited in some way that at first society was like, shame on them, you know?
Right.
And now look at what they have turned their lives into.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And they're all icons in our eyes. So it's like, my thing is, don't care that, maybe something isn't the normal.
Popular.
Yeah, the normal way of going about things. Like, as long as you're staying true to yourself and you're living your truth, that's really all that matters. And I know it's hard. It's so fucking hard. It's hard for me. I know it's probably hard for y'all. It's so hard because you constantly have people in your ear. A lot of the times it is men. It is men that are above you in whatever industry you're in, and they're talking down to you, or they're making you feel like you have to stay in this lane if you want to be successful and taken seriously. And it's like,
Yeah.
fuck y'all,
Yeah.
like.
So this is another thing that I wanted to bring up with you guys. So I heard men don't use terms like, oh, I'm an alpha male, I'm a boss male. And I was thinking about this the other night. I was like, okay, so women use these terms like boss bitch, right? Or I did this myself. And I was bringing it to my husband. I was like, okay, that's kind of condescending of us because we're saying this, but have you ever heard a male say that? Like, how are we saying this? And he goes, no. He's like, it's not condescending. He said, it actually is because you guys are the first. It's not norm to have a woman be able to be a mom, be able to be an entrepreneur, be able to have
Run shit.
Yes. So it is something that you say now that will become normalized, but essentially we're paving the way for other women.
True.
Absolutely.
So true.
I agree.
And I've struggled with this a lot being a musician. People really want to just put me in that box.
Right.
And anytime I try to go outside of it, following my creative passions, following my, what I want for myself and my future, people get very confused and they have all their opinions on it. And to me, why wouldn't I want to build an empire? Why wouldn't I want to have 5 things that I, dip my hand into? So when one thing does really take off, everything else follows suit. And I know you guys are doing the same things with your businesses and everything that y'all do. So, I mean, that's just how I look at it. It seems to be difficult for some people to understand, but that's fine. It's obviously working out well for you guys and
definitely
for
not
me
complaining
too.
here.
Yeah. Yeah. So Tawni, tell us a little bit about how you got into everything and where you started.
So of course, as many know, if you've followed me in any sort of regard. I started because I was blasted all over the internet without my permission. Nude photos, which I have actually made amends with the ex-roommate.
Wait, I met him. I met him.
Wait,
he
you
just
did?
served me my drinks before I came here, actually.
He's like, I'm the one. I'm like, okay. Like,
I know. Yeah. So I don't know if I've ever talked about this actually on any platform. So the person who actually used to live with me, my ex-gay best friend in 2020, who posted the photos about me, who was in a very dark spot, which I think we all were in 2020.
Yeah.
Since Shameless in the South, he has actually reached out, and him and I have made amends.
Well, that's good.
That's awesome. I love that for you.
He just kind of admitted like his fault. And of course, now we've joked. He was like, honestly, bitch, you're welcome, because look what I've helped you build. And so now it's like a kind of a joke and we laugh about it. But like, we were friends for years before. So it's kind of, even though what he did was horrific and I went through a very dark time.
I can only imagine.
And I mean, in 2020, that happened in the fall, and I started my OnlyFans. And then for that whole first year of my OnlyFans and like trying to create this new image that I didn't know what the fuck to do with, in 2020 fall, literally a year later, I ended up in the mental hospital, and I willingly admitted myself because I was actually door dashing on the side.
No way.
Yeah, I was door dashing
Still
on the
hustling.
side.
Yeah, wait, no, I
hustling.
door dashed. I talk about it all the time. I door dashed.
Yeah, I was like, well, I have my OnlyFans and it's doing great. But then I started slacking on my OnlyFans because I was not in the right mental space. And so I was like, okay, well, I need another source of income, but I can't go to a 9-to-5. Like I'm an influencer. I'm on fucking social media. So I have to do something low key. So I was like, all right, I'll DoorDash low key. No one knows who I am, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I did. I started door dashing, and one day my mental health was just at an all-time low. I had not felt that low probably since I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't wanting to physically harm myself, you know, with, you know, cutting or, you know, some of the other, you know, trigger, you know, things that some people may do. But I was thinking about and comfortable with the thought of me not being here and how my kids would be. And they would be fine. You know, I was comfortable, and I thought to myself, my kids will be fine. They have, you know, their dads are great. They're involved, you know, I lucked out with that. So, and they have stepmoms. And so they would have a family unit. And if I just wrecked my car on the way to deliver this DoorDash and I made it look natural, then everything would be okay. It wouldn't be that I actually did it. It would be that it was naturally a situation that just happened. And when I was riding through my car, you know, in my car and delivering these food deliveries, and I finally felt at peace not being here and going through the motions of what my mom would think, or, you know, my brothers or my kids. And when I finally felt calm, and I said, yeah, that's what should happen. And I'm okay with that. I was driving home, and I had clocked out from DoorDash, and I was okay with dying. That's when I was like, this isn't right. But it's very hard to kind of separate yourself from that feeling of being calm and okay with passing. And you've thought through all of the motions of your funeral and who would actually care, because online doesn't fucking matter. These fans don't actually care. They'll go subscribe to the next bitch.
Yeah.
But they do care.
But
care.
After, and I didn't have any like other social media type friends. I didn't. I was really alone. I mean, I was building something that I was by myself.
Yeah.
And when that happened, I said, I've got to call my therapist. And I went to her and I said, I don't know who I need to call, but I'm okay with dying right now, but I'm not okay with dying right now.
Right.
So I called, she got the ambulance there. I willingly checked myself in. I spent an entire 7 days at the mental hospital in Franklin, Tennessee. And from that moment on, I said, I will never allow social media or OnlyFans or my experience to define me. I'm going to make this something beneficial. I'm not going to let the hate, because God, the hate that you get when you first start, it's trash.
Yeah.
I mean, the people are mean.
Yeah.
And when I finally was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use this to my benefit. Why am I actually doing this? Am I really trying to prove myself and show my ex-roommate like I got this? Or am I doing this because I want a better future? And from that moment on, I've taken that And I said, there are good people in the influencer and OnlyFans industry that I want to connect with.
Yeah.
And it's brought me the most genuine people.
Yep.
And it's brought me to where I am today. And I am building a fucking empire with dick waffles and my coffee.
Yes,
and
you are.
But like literally I cannot like say any more about my circle that I've built since that day. And when I got out of the hospital, I made it what it is now. And so I don't give a fuck what you think about OnlyFans or what I am online. I built this.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah.
and I'm happy to be here now.
Yeah. And I'm so happy you're here. Like, honestly, you have changed my life in the short time that I've known you. And you're just such a light in this world that we're in. And you're always someone that I can turn to and ask questions to and feel comfortable just, you know, like looking up to you, honestly, and taking advice from you. I do have a question about this experience, if you don't mind, just like talking about it a little bit more. When you were feeling like this, what do you feel like it was from? Do you feel like it was from starting an OnlyFans, or do you feel like what were the feelings around it?
I feel like I was in the process. Like I've always lived how I felt like others wanted me to live. And not really in a negative way or like I was forced to do that by any means. But I was, of course, raised very religiously. And I was living up to that expectation. And I exceeded all these goals when I was a teenager and getting all these awards in church and this, that, and the other. And I just felt like I didn't really know myself. I never got to know myself as a teen or in early 20s. I became a mom really early, 20 is early to me. I wasn't ready to be a mom. I was raising my daughter as a daughter and a kid myself. And I made lots of mistakes with her. And so I feel like that year of, yes, my OnlyFans started. But when I started that, it was kind of like I was ripping off one layer. And then as I grew with my OnlyFans, I was ripping off another layer. And I'm like, okay, well, I can be more authentically me. And then I do feel I was in a very toxic relationship, and the mental and physical abuse that I endured before my OnlyFans and then during my OnlyFans, because he was there kind of through that whole transition, was kind of me just kind of like I had become toxic myself, but I had to let go of all toxicity.
Right.
So that was myself included. I had to remove myself from that and also get rid of him in a way. And so I think ending up in the mental hospital was me shedding everything from my past.
Yeah.
It was really me just undressing myself to the bare core and saying, I can start over.
Yeah.
And it's okay. And you can keep your OnlyFans because that's not really what it is, or I would have stopped that as well.
Right.
But it wasn't. And I got to be a different person on my OnlyFans. And if you were one of my fans that was there through that whole week, I came back to literally some of the sweetest messages from my fans that are still on my page to this day from 2 years ago. And those fans, they know who they are. That's why I'm on OnlyFans. It's not the sexual content, it's the connection.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've made some of like my best fucking friends in there. It's not the money they send me. It's not, the sexual content that I might send. It's the true connection. And I feel like that is a huge difference between myself, selfishly, and other creators. And then, of course, on my circle of girls that I've met, you two included, we connect with our fans differently.
Yep.
You offer way different stuff than any of the other like automated creators.
Right.
You offer connection and sports and family. Like we all offer different things. And that's why I connect with the girls that are in my circle that do OnlyFans, because we're not those creators that top 1% with a dude running their account.
Right.
I don't connect with those girls.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I like that we actually offer different shit to our fans.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And I really advise people with any kind of following to start some kind of subscription platform. Like I'm a huge advocate for this. And I understand that like OnlyFans, the stigma around it might not be for everybody. Fine. That's fine. I just tell people though, if you're a musician, an artist, whatever, give people an opportunity to support you. Like too many people are out here struggling on the internet, trying to make a career for themselves. You don't have to be. Like if you would just allow people who love your work and support you,
they will
to do that. Like they will. And let this be, you know, some inspiration for you. There's so many platforms that you guys could use. So many, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you are pursuing a career online or artistically or creatively, I really think that you should give it a try. One of my favorite music artists, Mike, he has a platform called Only Steve's. And I subscribed because guess what? I want to listen to Mike's podcast. I want to listen to what he has to say. He also does these awesome giveaways on there for his fans. Like Logan Paul had one. Tana Mojo has one. Like all these people are on board. And I really am trying to break the stigma from paid platforms.
Yes.
Because I think that that's the future. I really, really do. I know a guy in Nashville who is thinking about making a platform for musicians. So like,
that's awesome.
Just don't be too, what's the word? Like, you know, uptight to like try that out. Youeven on Instagram, it offers it.
Do you feel though, like people, what I like about both of you, and I just met you, Jade, but you're raw. You are who you are, and that's just all there is to it. So I don't know if there is that stigma because people aren't in tune with themselves. They're not true to their heart and they don't understand themselves. Because if being a mom, everything is cookie cutter. You get married, you buy the house, you drive a Honda Odyssey. You know, like it's just the way it is. Like I have friends who are like, okay, well, I need a Suburban now. And then, or it's like, okay, we're at that stage now that I get to upgrade my ring. And it's,
and how dare you be hot if you're a mom?
Oh yeah. No.
How dare you not have a mom bod?
And you have to wear your jeans, you know, rolled up with the Tory Burch sandals and everybody looks the same.
Yeah. And I will say, I definitely know that there are plenty of people who like this life is just not for them and they enjoy that. They enjoy that life.
That's okay.
But there are some people where I'm like, you're real judgy and why? Like for what? Because that's a reflection and a projection. I'm sorry, but like any time that you're so like, about something, that is really like, hold a mirror up, babe, because why do you even care that much? You know? So I get that, you know, some people would be like, well, that's just not even in my realm of reality.
Right.
And that's totally fine. That is actually who you are. And that's not who we're speaking to at all. And we respect you for sure.
100%.
But if you're judging.
And that's the thing. If those women, like, you know, if you want that, that's wonderful. That's amazing. And I love that for you. But I want something different.
And that's okay.
And you should love me and respect me the same way that I do you. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
100%.
And I mean, this is something that I deal with. There's just a huge difference in perspective, like from the older generation to what we consider to be normal and just run-of-the-mill everyday shit that we see. We're not phased by this world at all. So it's like a lot of the times I feel like a lot of the judgment comes from the older generation who maybe just they're like very put off by it and like very scared of it.
Scared
you know,
is a good word.
But what are we gonna do our whole lives? Like just
I think it's
just
getting normalized,
like
honestly. I feel like it'll get easier.
Oh, and 100%. 100%.
Even outside of like the porn and like using that as an example.
I love how you said the porn.
The porns. But I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because you came to Nashville to build a career.
Yes.
But you're not a country music artist.
Yes.
So I would like to hear, because I don't think I ever have heard like your side of like, why Nashville? And what have you ever come to be a completely different artist than what we're used to here? To be honest, I mean, because you've got an edge and a raspy voice and you're more, I don't even know what your niche is. I don't think you have a niche. I don't think you can be in a box, which I've never really seen. And like, you're succeeding. Like you are making shit happen in Nashville.
Thank you.
So what I would love to hear I know this is you interviewing us, but I think that would be awesome because I feel like that's kind of the same. You know, we've both been through some shit, but like.
It's our journeys are very similar. And that's why we connect, because I feel like the black sheep in a lot of situations in the music industry.
Yeah. You don't look like a country music artist in Nashville.
No, and I don't
but you
act
still
like
came
it.
here and fucking hustled this shit.
Yeah.
So
and
tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was always that way. Like growing up, I was kind of you know, just always looked at and judged, right? Before I even understood why, and girls hated me and like all that shit. I dealt with bullying, and it was just always the path for me was just kind of like walk it alone and pave the way. And nothing about my journey has ever been standard, run of the mill with the music industry. So I came to Nashville because I saw a lot of potential in the city. And I was like, I know that it's country music city, but I feel like a lot more is going to blossom. So I came here and I kind of looked at it. I'm going to admit this. I looked at it like, well, if I could be a big fish in a small pond, like, why wouldn't I? You know, like, why would I move to LA where I feel like my personality and my goals are very similar to a lot of the girls out there? Why wouldn't I come to Nashville and be different and stand out? So that's really why. But also I felt safer here. I was 18 when I moved here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was young by myself. I moved into an apartment by myself. And there was something about Nashville that felt very safe and homey. And the people are so fucking great. To this day, the most genuine people. Like, so kind, so nice. I'm going to events tonight. I have like zero social anxiety. Like, I'm just like, I'm going to connect with people there, make friends. It is not that way in other cities. And I don't think that I could handle much more of that. Like, my mental health could not handle any more mean girls. I was like, I can't even deal with it. And there's a couple in Nashville, but it's not the standard. Yeah, honestly.
We are the locals that love everyone.
Yeah.
If you're a mean girl, fuck you.
Yeah, and we take pride in that, I think. Yeah. I really do. I mean, not that I'm a local, but just living in this.
You've been here long enough to kind of find your way, though.
Yeah, living in this city, I remind myself that that's the reason that I fell in love with it. So I really try to be that. But it has not been easy. I've definitely been put through the fucking ringer as far as, you know, just trying to make it in the music industry, and also remaining true to myself and really seeing a way bigger picture than I ever initially thought, right? Like, I don't want to necessarily go the traditional route with the label taking 85% of my money. Like, the longer you go trying to make it as a creative, the more you're like, why the fuck would I let you take any of this?
Yeah, I've worked my ass off for this.
You didn't believe in me then. Why would I let you come in now? I'm open to, you know, good management, a great booking agency. But sure.
They have to add to your value.
100%. Yeah. And with social media nowadays, I'm just like more and more doing things my own way. And I have a lot of days of doubt and like fear, of course, and anxiety, but I know that this way is going to pay off for me. I know it. Like, I know that I'm building an empire and a brand, and it's much more than just music. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
That's what I want. And I love business now. Like, I've been forced to learn business and get into business.
I asked Sarah all my business questions.
Yeah. I mean, Sarah. I like branding. I like every part of it.
I'm like, Tawni, what do you know about this?
No, Sarah is honestly like the queen of marketing and branding. So definitely like any branding type questions, like I'm like, okay, what can I and cannot, you know, I can and cannot say about, you know, this, that, and the other, or, you know, I don't know, anything marketing or strategy wise that way is Sarah's fucking queen of. So if you ever need her for anything, hit her up.
Absolutely. Do you guys feel like, what is your,
Tawni, you're gonna make me cry.
What's your mental health state right now? Like, are you guys happy and fulfilled? Like, how are you loving how everything's going?
Well,
has it been worth all the hate and drama that you've had to deal with?
Now I'm gonna cry. So, oh my God.
No, this is an emotional one today.
Yeah. You know, I think it's really hard to answer that question because I feel like I've learned a lot about myself lately to where I have figured out like my triggers and my trauma. And for me, like success. How do you define success? How do you celebrate the moments you have? I got the cover of Playboy and I didn't celebrate. It wasn't a moment for me that was celebrated, that I was so excited about, that I enjoyed, or that I took a minute to actually live in. Yeah. Because after that happened, I was like, okay, on to the next thing. What's next? And I've really dug deep to find out that those moments, it's because I'm nowhere where I want to be, like as far as like where I define success or what is my true pinpoint of what that looks like. So happiness and being fulfilled. I am happy in my life because I feel like I'm extremely blessed with my children because I'm able to be the mom that I've always dreamed of having and wanted to be. And I'm grateful for the things that are in my life. I never aspired to be like, oh, I'm going to aspire to be an OnlyFans star. Like that wasn't my dream. It's been able to give me what my dream was is that mom life. And you know, the added bonuses of being able to have a career now, it's fulfilling. It's absolutely amazing because I have a partner in my life that I get to bring on that journey who supports me and who loves me. So that does fulfill me. But is all the hate and everything worth what I've had to go through? Yes and no. I feel like it's been a stepping stone to really digging deep inside myself. Like having other moms hate me. Guess what? I'm going to have other moms hate me even if I didn't do this.
So true. So, preach it.
And I've had to deal with girls my whole entire life. My daughter's dealing with it now where she's like, oh my God, this girl makes me so mad. And I'm like, I don't really know how to look at her and say, oh, you know, it's okay because I look at her.
It gets harder.
Yeah. And I'm like,
you can't tell your daughter that.
I don't want that advice that I didn't have where it's like, oh, it's okay. You're going to be fine. Just let them be me. You know, it's like, no, you are defining your life and it's going to be there forever. The rest of your life until you die, there's going to be people who hate you. So if I could take the hate that I've gotten where I've been banned from my kids' sports, like I wasn't allowed to attend their practices because of mean girls, and their games. I wasn't, even now as a hockey mom, I'm not like, I had a lady cuss me out and I've never had a conversation with her.
This makes me sad.
So going to those events to see my kids play and be in that moment is not fun for me, is not happiness. I'm able to provide this life for my children, but there are people out there who want to ruin that for you. So going and feeling uncomfortable isn't worth it to me. But being able to provide different opportunities for them as like different avenues. Like now I'm friends with a lot of the Tennessee Vol players. That an alumni. Guess what? My kids get to go to their camps and they contact me. Hey, your kids interested in football? Yes, they are. You know, so those connections mean more to me than being able to provide hockey for my kid. You know? Because it's something that will help them in life.
What a battle too with having kids, you wanting to live your authentic life and your truth, but also wanting to do what's best for them. Like a lot of people, you know, give up their whole lives for their kids. And I respect that and I understand it, but they leave at some point, you know, and how much of, and I don't have kids, so like I really don't know these things, but I look at my own mom and she's about to retire and her whole life was her kids and my dad. And she's like, I don't know what to do next. Like she's, you know, she's lost in a way. And I worry that a lot of people don't, you know, make themselves a priority. And they're very quick to judge people who do. You're a great mom. You're an amazing mom. Like you guys obviously love your children.
She left last night to go to her son's baseball game.
And where she's getting hated on.
People don't understand like the behind the scenes. Like, yes, I was at Live Oak for a podcast for a couple hours yesterday. But
that's work.
But then I left and I had to go to my son's baseball game. And they don't see that. Like, I didn't post that. I didn't post that I left to go to my son's baseball game or I went to parent teacher conference or, you know, I had to go. He wanted me to pick him up early Monday because he said he got his award in school last week. So he was allowed to skip school. So yes, I picked him up early Monday, but like people, I don't post all the mom stuff. So they only see this one persona of us online. And so they just assume that at home I'm twerking in front of my son. I'm like, oh, that's not really how this goes.
I posted a picture of my son and I on my Twitter for his birthday. Because on Twitter, it's like, you know, yes, you can post more scandalous. And sometimes I do turn it up a notch. But I am very like business savvy on Twitter also. So you get a mixture of everything that, that's on there. But I had people who didn't even follow me, like porn stars, commenting on that picture of me and my son trying to get likes and follows because of how like organically like spread it was. Like I had a whole bunch of comments and likes and stuff on there from like my friends, my followers, people. It's happy birthday to your son. And they're trying to gain that exposure, but they're exploiting themselves on there by saying,
sick.
Yeah, they're saying
that's sick.
Yeah.
Like what
they were
fuck?
literally was this on Twitter? Because I feel like I saw it.
They were telling
you know
me
how you
awful
post like on Twitter
am.
and then like the comments. Well, no, there's some girls shouting themselves out on your post because it had so much traction. These fucking other creators are sick, like
posting their boob pics and stuff
on the comments ever.
Oh my God.
I was like, that's not okay.
And say, you know,
Twitter's
you're a
wild.
bad mom. You're exposing
But
your son.
I applaud you. No, I applaud you for being real because the only, probably one of the main reasons, I won't say only reason, one of the main reasons I don't post, you know, my kids and a lot of mom stuff is because I know that their dads would fucking flip for one.
Right.
Like that is probably one of the main reasons, or else I would be a little bit more open about it. I probably wouldn't show their faces just because like I do have a lot of creeps maybe that follow me. I don't know. But I applaud you for being as real as possible and posting a variety of this is who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
Because that's probably the only thing I do kind of hesitate on just because of the pushback I would get from their dads. But you have the unit that allows you to just be fully yourself. So I applaud you for that. And fuck those bitches that were trying to promote themselves on your post.
Yeah,
that's
so weird.
Like let you be yourself and post everything. And
I don't share I really don't share a lot of my personal life.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not like overly.
Yeah.
You know.
And I've started to kind of mix that in because I'm like, you know, this is who I am. And it's just really hard for me to keep separating that.
Right. Yeah. Cause I get a lot of hate and a lot of comments about, you know, you don't ever post your, you know, family mom life or your family or your boyfriend even. And I've been in a very happy relationship for over a year now. So, but I don't because I try to keep it all business.
Yeah. Because it is.
I shouldn't get hate for that. Like that's my business page and it is what it is. But, but yeah.
So obviously though, being, you know, yourselves online and doing everything that you guys have done has been rewarding because both of you guys have started brands and companies from this, correct?
Absolutely.
And I looked in your Instagram bio, I saw something about moonshine.
Yes.
What is that?
So good. Oh, I should have brought the bottle.
I have my own moonshine brand now. I launched my own liquor line.
Hell yeah. She is a Southern girl for sure.
I wanted
made
something
it in her backyard.
But I wanted.
That'd be hot. You're in the back.
That was yelling it like.
You should do a backyard photo shoot with the moonshine.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, I can see it now.
Yeah,
we're doing that.
But it was something that I was like, you know what? I really want to have something that's fun that like portrays me. And it's like, I am kind of classy, but I'm also kind of trashy.
Yeah.
So it's just something that I wanted to have. And I really branded out. And I have my own moonshine now.
That's so sick.
Love that.
Yeah. That's amazing. And then Tawni, so exciting. So your man, Garrett, is he like the of Dick Waffles? Is he the owner?
Yes.
Or what's the?
Okay. Yeah, him and Joey Locker. I almost forgot his last name for a second. Him and Joey have been best friends for I don't even know how many years, like so long. So him and Joey started the company PM Waffles, which was just strictly Dick Waffles.
Right. They're so cute.
There's should have fucking brought them.
Dicks you've ever seen.
They're the perfect size. Actually, they're a little large for me, but they're really good. You dip them in chocolate. You have a plethora of options for toppings. They set up in the Gulch almost every weekend.
Genius for bachelorette parties in Nashville
bachelorettes
in general.
love them. So bachelorettes can also now, the past like 6 months during the cold weather, of course, we don't set up. So they can get them delivered to their Airbnb. The good thing about this is I am in control. So, of the bachelorette orders. So it's not these two random guys showing up at your house. I'm involved with them. I make them, I go with them. Because I don't want the bachelorettes to ever feel like these are two random dudes that are showing up at your house.
I love that.
Joey and Garrett that own the company both have girlfriends or significant others, you know. Because I think Joey and Noelle are engaged. I can't remember. But anyways, the women are involved as well. So they're not just randomly showing up at your doorstep in Nashville. So it's secure. It's safe to have them deliver to your Airbnb. And the Airbnbs, of course, are always changing. So they're not going to come stalk you guys.
Right.
But anyway, so the dick waffles have now expanded to vagina waffles as well.
Okay.
So there's dick and vagina available on the website. So we're really excited about that. We have a brick and mortar that we're hoping to open in the next couple months. We actually were just talking right before this podcast about one of the locations. They have a mural on the wall where people already go to take pictures.
Perfect.
So we're really hoping this location works out.
And then
awesome.
You started Bouncy Brews.
Bouncy Brews is my baby.
Okay, tell us all about it.
So Bouncy Brews is the first ever bikini barista shop in Nashville.
I might be serving your coffee soon.
Yes.
I am going to
be. We are so excited about this. They are very, very popular on the West Coast. And
genius, again.
As I traveled through photo shoots and shit, I'm like, why does Nashville not have this?
Yeah.
Like, we have so many people in Nashville. Why don't we have bitches in bikinis serving coffee? Because we're all crackheads here. We all want a fucking coffee multiple times a day.
Yep.
And a sexy bitch to offer that, like, hello.
I love it. My dream job, honestly. That sounds so fun.
So we literally are in the last final stages. We have one little approval left to go. So I'm hoping to be open next week.
I'm so excited. I'm a fan, and
Jay's gonna be there.
I'm gonna be working there, guys. Which, like, okay, I just have this like fantasy of working something like that.
Tell me more. Let's make a custom video.
Yeah. I'm in the truck, like serving coffee. I just think it's so fun. Like, I think it's like, I see these girls who are like cart girls and bikini baristas on TikTok and stuff, and they're just chilling in their bikini, looking so cute, serving coffee. Like, sign me up.
Yeah,
I'm a morning person.
Gonna be so good. Like, and I feel like it's gonna be like, my main thing is, of course, I want the girls to have fun with it.
Yeah,
I want them to be themselves. I want them to have their fucking tripod with their phone if they want and make TikToks all day.
I will be.
I want this to be so organic and good for their brand as well, whatever they do.
Yep.
And so, of course, naturally, you have to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. I was like, hey, I'm in.
Yeah.
If you need me. I'm so excited. I was at the truck the other day. It's stunning. It's bright blue and two beautiful tits on the front of it in a bikini. And I was like, this is going to pop the fuck off. This is going to be in downtown, you're thinking?
Yes. So
Nashville?
we actually have two different, I actually talked to them today before I came in here. A couple of the parking lots literally as close to Broadway as possible, because I want to be able to also give back to my service industry friends, because they are the fucking shit. Yep. They take care of us when we go out. I want to take care of them with coffee in the morning to open up their shifts. So I want to be close to Broadway and as early as possible. I mean, some of their shifts start at 9 or 10. So I would love to be down here at like 7 or 8 for managers that come in and deliveries. And I want to do all of that. So I think one of the parking lots behind Jason Aldean's.
Okay.
Is kind of where I want to be. So I just talked to them actually today. I think we will have that locked in. As soon as I get this truck going, I don't think it'll take 4 weeks for me to get this dialed in. As soon as that one's running smoothly, I'm going to open at least 5 by the end of the year. So
that is so incredible.
All over.
And you guys are doing all of this all from the business that you built online, which is so incredible. Absolutely. You guys are your own investors. And that's what I'm trying to do as well, because there's just so much power in that. And you get to keep everything that you've worked so hard for, everything that you've dealt with, you get to control your life and your situation. And I just think that that's so fucking awesome. So I'm really excited for you guys. I really, really am. This has been one of my favorite podcast episodes yet by far. Good. You guys were truly, truly amazing. I think anyone who listens and watches this, it's just going to completely open their minds and perspectives. And like, I'm really excited for this to be out in the world. And thank you guys for real. Thank you for pouring your true selves out there and, being,
that was the first.
Being unashamed. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and plug yourselves, because I'm sure people are going to want to follow you after this.
All of mine is TawniJade.com. Just go there. All my socials are there.
Oh my God, that's so easy. I have the SarahBlake.com, but I have the Sarah Blake on IG, and then Sarah Cheeky 1 on Twitter, and the Sarah Cheeky on TikTok. So
she's
ridiculous.
Cheeky.
I'm very cheeky. You should have verycheeky.com.
Oh my gosh.
Well, make sure to go follow them, guys, and definitely keep a lookout for Bouncy Brews, which is coming soon. I'm so excited. And the show that you are going to be doing, which is One more time.
Nash Life Trophy Wife.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed this. I know I did. Make sure to please subscribe to the YouTube channel, you guys. We're really trying to grow the show, so that helps. Comment what you liked about the episode. And also leave me a 5-star review on Spotify. Nothing less. Because
Nothing less.
Because we deserve it, you know? But I hope you guys like this, and I will talk to you guys next week. Podcast comes out on Thursdays, so just be looking out for it. I love y'all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.